Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here with another Falconry video. Today's video we're going to be talking about the Australian hobby. The Australian hobby is a species of falcon native to Australia, and it is related to all the other hobbies. Now, I did a video covering all the different hobby species. The video you're about to see is a clip taken from that, just focusing on Australian hobbies. But if you would like to see the video covering all of the species of hobbies, check down in the description below and you can link to that and see it for yourself. But this video is specifically about Australian hobbies. The Australian hobby is a really cool falcon. This is a bird that, being in Australia, you got to fill different roles. Australia is weird. It's kooky dook. It is nuts. And a lot of the species that have arisen there have had to fill roles, and you're doing it, I like to call this the Lego principle. If I give you a Lego kit and it's like, okay, you're going to make, an X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. It's an X-Wing fighter Lego kit. And I'm like, okay, now I want you to make a bus out of it. I'm like, well, okay, I'm going to do the best I can with the parts I've got. That's what you have in Australia. You have ecological roles, ecological niches that are there where there's opportunity, there's a certain prey base, or there's a certain way of life available for an animal to fill, and the animal that fills it might not be what you would expect to do so. And so that is what you have with the Australian hobby. The Australian hobby lives in Australia, obviously, as the name says. It lives throughout Australia. It can be found most anywhere in Australia. But because it's in Australia, it's filling a different role than other hobbies elsewhere. Other hobbies are competing directly with things like merlins and other certain falcon species. So because of that, the Australian hobby is big. It's 132 to 420 grams. Now, 420 grams, you're getting into the Cooper's hawk range, Cooper's hawks we have here in the United States. These things get pretty big, especially for being a part of the hobby family, and considerably larger than other hobbies. But they're filling different roles than you would have. Again, they're going to be different. Everything in Australia is different. We're going to get into some fun birds in these videos, but this is a very active hunter. The juveniles are a darker rufous. They're a deeper, richer, darker color, and then the adults are still beautiful red, but a bit lighter. I love Australia so much, and I'm a painter, I'm an artist, and so I have a keen eye for pigments, and the birds, the raptors of Australia that get red, there is an angry, rich, rusty iron red. And so many cool Australian birds have that I love. And that is especially true, especially on the juvenile Australian hobbies. I love this particular hue, this pigment. Oh, it's just so rich and deep, and I love it. These are very active hunters. Now, this series of videos that I'm doing, I bring up the point that when I first learned about hobbies as a kid, I just totally dismissed them. I thought, they're just kind of dumpy birds. They're not very active hunters. It's not true. They are. These are aggressive, active hunters. The Australian hobbies, they hunt budgies, like parakeets, little budgies. There's big old huge flocks, and they love to chase these budgies and catch them, which is pretty impressive because these are very agile birds. They like to hunt and kill and eat bats, and there's a lot of bats in Australia. It's a great opportunity. They will hunt insects and eat them, including on the wing, which is what is expected with other hobby groups. But if you're up to 420 grams and you're hunting insects, that's pretty odd. But they will hunt birds, bats, and insects, all different kinds of birds, all different sizes. If you go online, you can just look up all kinds of videos and see what they'll hunt, and it's pretty impressive. Because again, if you're going from 132, you're like kind of male merlin size, all the way up to 420 grams, you're getting into a Cooper's hawk size. This is an odd-sized bird, very unusual sized, but a really cool bird. I haven't been to Australia yet. Hope to someday. But I've had friends send me videos of these, and watching them just cut and slice through a whole flock of thousands of budgies flying all over, and they just. It's amazing to see. It's absolutely incredible to see. So the Australian hobby is one of my absolute favorite members of the hobby lineage, and just so richly colored and so beautiful, and one of the most active hunters, because again, Australia provides opportunities for different types of hunting scenarios, and that's what they do. They will fill different roles that would normally be filled by merlins. There are no merlins in Australia. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about Australian hobbies. They're one of the largest member of the hobby family, and they're beautiful. They're richly colored. They're gorgeous. I just love them. I think they're really exciting. Hope you enjoyed learning about them. If you haven't already, if you could hit subscribe, I very much appreciate it. It helps me keep this channel up and going. And as always, happy hawking.